I would think.
Michael Thomas.
What have you done for me lately,
Recency
Michael Thomas? Yeah, he's in the playoffs, but AJ's fantastic. Fantastic.
It's up to you. Are you quietly monitoring this, Nate?
Yeah, I'm paying attention to it. That Antonio Brown OBJ, that's interesting right there. It's a good battle.
You said yesterday you think Odell in that one.
I like Odell, man.
Okay, you think he's a better player than AB?
I feel like he's going to have a better season.
Okay, so that's philosophical. I think it's who's better? AB is a better player than Odell for me.
I'm very pragmatic. I think Browns fans will come out and vote more.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think it's all relative to their quarterback situation. So that could change your perspective. After next season, you might look at OBJ as a better quarterback than AB because of the quarterback.
We'll review the tournament standings.
Excuse me.
Benefit as Will Selva's in the newsroom in Culver City. Fun show today.
All right, it is quite a show, and we still have David Johnson coming up as well, so can't wait to hear that, and more gems from one Freddie Kitchens as well. We'll get to that in a second. The Lions, meanwhile, starting their mandatory mini camp, and they did so without two key members of their defense. Darius Slay posting on Instagram Live that he was not going to show up. Defensive tackle Snacks Harrison didn't post anything. He's ghosting the 3 days. Harrison and Slay both want new contracts, as reported by NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Harrison has 2 years left on his contract. He's set to earn a base of $6.7 million in 2019 and $9 million in 2020. He came to Detroit in a trade with the Giants. Browns wide receiver Jarvis Landry attending mandatory mini camp and told reporters on Monday that he will not take part in the workouts while he recovers from an undisclosed minor injury. Landry did say he will be ready for training camp. Sticking with the Browns now, running back Duke Johnson making his request to be traded known to the franchise, so they're well aware and have even been linked to some trade possibilities this offseason. Although nothing has materialized, he's participating in minicamp. Johnson says he's fully prepared to be shipped somewhere else if it comes to it. His head coach, Freddie Kitchens, the aforementioned Freddie Kitchens, joined Inside Minicamp Live and gave his thoughts on the situation.
No disrespect to you guys, but the media creating something more than it just was just a comment. He wants to be traded, you know. I want to win the lottery. All right, so it doesn't matter. He's a Cleveland Brown. He's under contract. He's going to be used to the best of his ability and what benefits the team, and that's what we're going with. As far as the media-driven controversies, there's no controversy on our team, and that's the only ones that matter.
He is just a terrific soundbite, terrific interview right there. Yeah, I want to win the lottery. Is it up there with Kyle's reference of butter my butt and call me biscuit? No. But again, we are in mini camp right now. So, you know. By the way, pace yourself, Freddie Kitchens. We have a long way to go, and we'll run your sound.
We got 3 months. 3 months till the opener.
Just getting started, Freddie.
It's him and Gase. It's almost like just easy. Yeah. You guys, it's a marathon here, guys.
Yes.
But hey, I like it.
I'm here for it. Yes. Thank you so much, Will Selva. We'll talk to you in a bit. And Odell is, of course, in Cleveland, taking his talents there. But newly acquired receiver Golden Tate looking to build chemistry now in New York with Eli Manning. Here's his full convo with Mike Garafolo just yesterday.
Golden pass today at practice, tipped, came to you, right on you. You caught it quickly. The old reflexes are still good, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling young. Just kind of, I don't know how that happened. It didn't happen very much, but I'm glad I was there to extend the play, I guess.
Eli Manning, I know you've been asked a lot about him, and people have all their opinions about him. I'm out there watching it today. He's still making some throws from one hash to the other sideline, over D-backs, in the right spot. Still looks like he's slinging it to me. What about you?
I'm right there with you. Coming in, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know Eli on a personal level. I really enjoyed getting to know him, but also him as a player. I mean, I think he has a lot left in the tank, and you can see it on the field. He's making throws from the opposite hash all the way to the sideline, and that's impressive because there's not even young guys who can do that. So he understands the offense, and he's showing up to work every single day, and he's still hungry like he's a young guy. So that's what you want, especially in your quarterback. I think he's, you see Daniel Jones making some progress too, and you can't help but to think Eli's, helping him out a lot with that. So I think we're in a good place. We're just showing up every day, trying to get better, and that's the ultimate goal.
The progress that you've seen from the young guy, Daniel Jones, you're talking about from the time that he arrived to now. What are you seeing that's having you say, hey, he's coming along?
I'd say today, for me, I thought he did his best job at leading the huddle when he was in there, making plays with his arm, with his legs, whatever it may be. He made some crucial, great throws on third down, and that's impressive. He's made huge jumps since he arrived here a month ago or whenever it was. We just hope he continues to do that. And that's got to be exciting when your young quarterback is making jumps like that. So keep up the good work.
Golden is ready to go. Kyle Brandt, I know a lot of things about you. I know you love Keanu Reeves, you love Angry Runners, you love Howard the Duck, and you also love predicting the schedule months in advance. So that's what we're going to do. You are looking at the first 8 games for the New York Giants. So I'd like you to tell me how many wins Eli has to have in these 8 games to keep DJ, the rookie, on the bench. Not an easy task.
Yeah. Boy, we like to package this question, don't we? It's the chicken nuggets. Just mash it together.
Put everything
Here's an interesting thing on this, though. One of the key people in the equation about Eli potentially ever getting benched is Ben McAdoo. And I'll tell you why. 2 years ago, he broke Eli's consecutive start streak.
Yep.
That was huge. Remember, Geno started everything? If Eli's streak was still alive, he would never be benched. It was too holy, they wouldn't touch it. Now that's out the window. All right? I think that was a really big deal in New York and for the organization. Now that that's out the window, he's much more exposed. The problem is, if you're talking about 8 games, if they go 2-6 and Eli is playing decent, you have to, as a company, see what you have in Daniel Jones. Like, the season is lost. Like, you're probably not going to make the playoffs short of a miracle run, and yet I don't think that they will. I think they could be 1-15, and I don't think Eli's going to get benched. I think that is the company policy this year, that this is Eli, and we're not even entertaining it. But, boy, if they start losing, it's going to get loud as hell.
He says the record won't matter.
Well, listening to Shermer, listening to the players, guys like Golden Tate, talking about Daniel Jones, I'm very surprised that they're speaking so glowingly about his athleticism, because they don't say that about Eli, because we haven't said that about Eli. He doesn't use his feet like Daniel Jones does. I mean, guy's a 4'6" individual. So with all the movement that teams are running offenses with, why wouldn't they consider putting them in the game sooner than later? With all that said, I do feel like right around 5 or 6 games will be the benchmark of how the season is going and will they play Daniel Jones. And I feel like if the Giants are 2-4, if Eli is 2-4, maybe even 3-3, Daniel Jones will come in and he'll finish out those 2 games right before the halfway mark. That way,
first half of the season, we might see Daniel Jones.
That's complicated. They could be 1-5, but Eli's playing pretty well, and the defense isn't there. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very hard. But at some point, their mission of starting Eli this year and their loyalty to him runs up against what's best for business. And if they're losing and Eli is on a 1-year deal, well, damn, you got to put Jones in.
I know Daniel Jones is supposed to be this guy who's going to sit on the bench for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
But you know what disrupts that?
What?
If he plays tremendously well over the summer and then lights it up in the preseason.
He gets shots.
And then if Eli isn't playing well and the team is losing, that crowd, this city,
you think
barking for Daniel Jones.
Fans will cry for Daniel Jones?
Listen, as much as they love Eli, they want to win games. Wow. And if things aren't going well, yeah, of course.
Okay, you brought up the question, what if Eli's just good? What if he shows up and he's great this year? What if Eli shows up and doesn't have it? Like, what if it's really washed and from week 1 you're like, oh, we got a problem. You can't stick with him. Like, I don't care how loyal you are as an employee. You got to go.
The Broncos benched Peyton Manning for a little bit. Brock Osweiler took over for a few games when he won that Super Bowl. Just saying.
See how it all shakes out. We are so excited for this 100th year of the NFL. I'm really excited about our next guest, former All-Pro wide receiver Torrey Holt, joining us here at the breakfast table. We're talking wide receivers. We got to ask them a lot of questions about these current crews.